You might currently have no contact at all with your special someone or just a little bit of contact, and yet you're not finding out anything. But you'd really like to know what's actually going on with him right now. What is his top issue or her top issue? We're talking collectively here, and the person cards are gender neutral. Yes, so let's take a look now at what your special someone's current top issue is. If you're single and currently don't have anyone in your heart where you think, I could imagine something with this person, then of course it could also be that you meet someone and then maybe through a conversation something comes up where you think, wait a minute, I saw that in my reading. That these are their issues, which you might find out about later on. But now let's take a look at your special someone, your counterpart. What is currently the top issue? And of course, we're focusing on your energy direction. I'm picking up on the energy, and of course, I want to know if you're still on their mind, what's really going on with them regarding you. So energetically, I'm tuning into your special someone's energy. What's going on there? The top issue, especially in relation to you, what exactly is happening there? And that's what we're going to look at now. A very, very warm and loving hello to all of you, sending you heartfelt love from me. Thank you for being here, and thank you again for your wonderful, kind comments. It's just so beautiful. Collective reading, can't apply to everyone, but maybe there's a part that resonates with you where you think, yes, that's the puzzle piece I need for myself, for my personal situation. And then you just pick that out for yourself, and you all do that so wonderfully. So let's take a look. What's going on with your special person's main issue? Or what's going on? That's already off to a really good start. We have the star. So we already have something positive here. So it's definitely starting off really well. And this is all about hope and optimism. Yes, maybe even a kind of enlightenment. So we really have a very positive card here. And it seems like he might be a bit caught up in that right now. We have this sort of in-between phase here, maybe even a bit of depression that he's experiencing, tiredness, this confusion. But from that, I would say we also see a bit of movement here toward this enlightenment, toward this positivity, moving into hope, because there are definitely emotions involved. Emotions are also being shown here. And at this point, that's a main theme. Emotion, feeling, and that's what we're looking into. Maybe it's also about missing someone. Let's take a look. So then we have 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. Yes, that fits quite well with the star, which I mentioned earlier. This confusion, a bit of this heavy mood, this burden as well. And that's showing up here too with the 5 of Cups. It's really about disappointment here. The disappointment, and he or she is also regretting something here. So there, right now, he's in a process where he is actually failing at something. But let's take a look at what it is. But despite all that, even though it's a painful process right now, we'll see what exactly is coming up with this process. Because there is definitely something that also shows something positive again, yes. This enlightenment I mentioned earlier, this confidence, and then the sadness, maybe he also made a mistake, maybe he is aware of what happened here. But it's beautiful. You can also see a new beginning here. A painful process, but also a new beginning. And again, something positive. But this is also about forgiveness. Maybe it has to do with you, with forgiveness, or with himself. Let's see. So now we have the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles, something is slowly building up here. There's this problem, this process we saw earlier, this issue your loved one has, so step by step is something being resolved here. Because here is the beginning. The beginning here for him or her, it's also about a relationship in general. But we're also here in the energy area in your direction. A bit of ambition has really grabbed him again. He's still struggling a little here, but what's his main issue right now? I think we've already got a wonderful start. The process has begun. Something is happening here. The new beginning is there. I'm also curious about this emotion here, but clarity is assured for you. So, okay. I see your loved one here as quite small. At the moment, he's withdrawn. Even if he always showed this explosive, big back and forth side to the outside world right now, I see him as actually being a bit withdrawn. I see him as thoughtful, especially withdrawn, because I can see that very clearly in him. That's nice. Yes, I think it's fantastic what's being shown here, even in the very first row. With him, I see this pain. He really doesn't know anymore what or whom he should truly believe. On the surface, what's really going on. Because he's thinking about it. Since something is going on here, deception, something has gone wrong here. And it could also be that the dishonesty is directed toward you as well, which is what's occupying him here. And that's his current issue. If your loved one is currently withdrawing, at least when it comes to communication, or if you are communicating with each other and you notice that somehow he's a bit closed off, that the guy isn't saying something, then just let it be. Let it be as it is. You will definitely get clarity here now because it definitely has something to do with you. With your loved one, what I see as the main issue is definitely this decision about love. Because something has really happened here again, something has really developed. And currently, a major issue that is really making him feel bad has to do with connections, with relationships. I think that's fantastic because we've already seen it earlier. And that's his issue. He is becoming aware that he let himself be deceived, that he was disappointed, that he disappointed himself and is actually completely caught up in the struggle. He's stuck in this sorrow, these thoughts, this feeling of being small, this restlessness, the inner turmoil, the insecurity, this instability. And honestly, it hurts him. I really sense the heartbreak in your loved one. Success, it's about taking small steps here. We have step by step the solution, yes, but I see small steps, and that's just how it is. Your loved one is becoming aware. We see this on the level of consciousness that he was repeatedly belittled, that things happened behind his back, that he wasn't appreciated, that there was simply a constant game being played against him from the outside. That's his current issue. By the way, his current issue also includes some pretty significant financial problems. That doesn't mean your loved one is starving or anything like that. But I do see problems here because there are things coming up that could really pull the rug out from under his feet. Because I see a really big financial issue here, especially when it comes to your loved one. It could also be that your loved one is currently going through a professional change. And there I see problems, I see trouble, I see stress factors. It could also be that maybe right now he's on sick leave or taking some time off. But I really do see change happening. I see this heaviness, this great burden on his heart. So I definitely don't see him in a state of lightness. Not at all. He's really not doing well. And he's truly in a process right now, a tough process for him, no matter what he shows you on the outside or what you notice. And this process is also, as we saw earlier about the emotional side, this is being shown here again. Because there's also this heaviness as if he's truly coming into this kind of awakening. This realization above all, like, hey, I actually have a heart too. There are still feelings there as well. Wow. And love exists too. Where he may have always been cool, pushed it away, able to flip the switch. Wrong reaction in communication, maybe even an abrupt breakup with you, withdrawing from you, or just this coldness. No, I don't want anything more. Or even, I just want an F plus here, nothing more. That's it. It was all a complete lie. He was fooling himself. And now we have this realization that he can no longer maintain this house of cards he built. It all completely collapses here. Because with him, I sense the softness. It's also this softness, this warmth that he kept hiding, that he kept suppressing. Even if you're in contact now, as I said, that's the process we see here. For you, I also see that if you're in contact now and if you're not, it could still be the case. You might get the feeling, wait a minute, somehow he's a bit different with me, maybe warmer too. And then you tell yourself, I don't trust it. Something's not right here. Something's off. Who knows what's going on here again? What's about to happen now? Please put that aside in. In this reading, okay, we're talking about the collective. But in this reading, if you think that this fear, this worry as well, okay, here comes yet another blow or a kick to the heart, like a stab in the heart, it just feels so wrong because then there's immediately another withdrawal. Withdrawal can happen a little bit, but it has nothing to do with him wanting to end things with you again. With the person close to your heart, it's simply that he then shows you his true face, what's really going on inside him, this softness, this warmth, this affection. As I said, with him, I'm really seeing chaos right now. In a chaos, especially internally, he's completely torn. He feels totally confused. He's surrounded really by fears. Nothing is working anymore, nothing functions. Maybe something small just for a brief moment, and then the next thing comes along. And the next thing is even bigger in several ways. And it really weighs him down, keeps dragging him down. So I also see him really blocked in his determination right now. But where I don't see him blocked is in accepting things when it comes to love, affection, confidence, especially this touching of the heart. That's a really big point. And there's also this, the decision has been made for him. The decision where he comes from, he has always seen as a source of stress, love, relationships, and so on. Maybe he also knew or knows that you have stronger feelings. And maybe he was never really able to reciprocate them properly. That might be why he kept withdrawing, because he couldn't respond to that. Whenever there was anything related to feelings, whenever you revealed your feelings to him, or he noticed, wow, this is so soft, this is such warmth, the sense of security, he didn't know what to do with it and maybe withdrew again. But that's because, as I said, he always wanted to keep his house of cards stable here. But now it's completely collapsing because for him, the decision has been made very clearly. And that is the decision for love, for the heart. He is coming into this warmth on the emotional level, making contact with it. He is now connected with you, with his heart, because you are very dear to his heart. And feelings that have always been pushed away from his side, they are now deepening more and more. Of course, we still have a little bit of, well, a delay. We're not at a standstill here, but there is a delay lying where it simply shifts down from fourth gear to first or second gear. For the reason that he's sorting things out again. Because this really is a major change for him. And right now, his main topic is love, allowing himself to love. Being able to let himself go. And as I said, there's a lot going on in his thoughts, this inner restlessness. Because everything coming from the outside right now just doesn't fit anymore. So nothing is the way it used to be. There's a complete change happening for him. And there is movement. As I said, it's not a straight path. There isn't a completely clear line without any roadblocks or traffic jams or anything like that. There are a few bumps along the way, but it all really comes down to communication for me. So communication is not being cut off. He's communicating with himself, especially there's a lot of activity when it comes to his heart. That he allows the connection, the deep love, the deep affection, the harmony, the longing now for you for a sense of security. There is definitely longing present here. And change is happening within him, inside himself. It couldn't be clearer, honestly. Let's see what else we get here. Yes, and no matter who this person is, I really see this as an extra on top of everything else. No matter what this is about, relationships or connections with other people are being completely cut off here. We also see a very clear change happening here. So even if you're thinking, wait, there's still someone else, she's still hanging on to him a bit. She's clearly experiencing the cut as well. He or she is leaving all of that completely behind. It's coming to an end, whether it's a relationship or with people who have always taken advantage of him. Yes, where he had the wrong perspective. Maybe for all those years, no matter how long it's been. And now he's coming to this realization, making a complete break, drawing a line under it, and there's no going back from that. So even if that person tries to reconnect or anything like that, no matter how or what, he's completely turning his back on all of it because now he's truly following his heart. And that's definitely you. Absolutely certain. So let's see what else we get here. So the Ten of Swords, we already have quite a lot of movement here. I think that's really, really good too. There's a sudden ending. As I said, there's no going back. He's ending it. He's not going back there anymore. There's a lot of movement, a lot of activity in this area. And this consequence, this final line, a decisive break, is being drawn with a pass. Not with you, but with the fact that he kept retreating into his house of cards or his shell. And maybe he was never honest, narrow-minded, stubborn, whatever it was, not communicative. But what's really important here, I'm saying, is that everything that once was people who influenced him, who always had him on a string like a puppet, even things he never saw, never wanted to admit, all of that is being ended rigorously. So a decisive break. And also a break from relationships, very clearly. This chapter is being definitively closed because there really is betrayal involved here as well. And he will seize this opportunity, chance for love, because now he wants satisfaction, since he is absolutely not satisfied with his current situation. So now we have the Eight of Cups. Yes, he is disappointed. What he has experienced has disappointed him, but he is disappointed in himself. As we saw earlier, here again we have his disappointment in himself, that he didn't realize what was really going on here. It's truly this heartache that we can also see, that's what keeps affecting him over and over again. And he knows, though, that it's simply this blockage he has. And this blockage will also be resolved here. Things really move into lightness, especially when it comes to love. And above all, this searching, this lack of strength that is being shown. But you are as this heart, the love for you keeps giving him strength. Above all, what I find really beautiful now is the added sense of confidence. And here, vitality also comes into play. In the searching, he's getting closer and closer to it because, as I said earlier, the decision has been made. And so the search comes to an end because he knows exactly where he wants to go. And that truly means following his heart. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderful, beautiful day. Goodbye.